California does not want de jure affirmative action, even though we already have de facto Jim Crow against white people and men. And Kathy Griffin reposted that disgusting ISIS pic of herself with a fake decapitated Trump head and a queer so-called Muslim, one in Oklahoma, and other mess. This is the end of hour 2 of the Jesse Lee Peterson Show, Thursday, November 5th, 2020. Stay tuned for hour 3. Jesse Lee Peterson will be right back for his final hour of today after JLP catch the Hake Report, thehakereport.com. California rejects affirmative action according to Drudge and the Sacramento Bee. Californians rejected affirmative action in Tuesday's election, opposing the repeal of a 1996 ban on considering race and gender in public hiring, college admissions, and contracting. But we know they do it anyway, even though it's against the law. Proposition 16, placed on the ballot by the Democrat-controlled legislature, was failing 56 to 44%. As votes continued to be counted, it sought to repeal Proposition 209 of, I believe, 1996 or so, which barred the state from discriminating against or granting preferential treatment to any group or person based on race, sex, ethnicity, or nationality. Former University of California Regent Ward Connerly, old school black dude, a Republican, solid guy, 81 years old now, the lead advocate for Proposition 209, the great proposition, helped lead the campaign effort against overturning it. Female Assemblyman Lorena Gonzalez, evil woman, Democrat from San Diego, and State Senator Maria Elena Durazo, Obama Democrat female from Los Angeles, argued that Proposition 16 would create equal footing among Latinos and blacks and increase racial and gender representation in higher education, as if that's even desirable, and in the public workforce. Evil liars. It's unfortunate that we didn't have a chance to explain it more to voters, but we're hopeful that justice works out, said Lorena Gonzalez on Tuesday night. She is a liar. She's the same woman who took away people's right to work as independent contractors for Uber and Lyft and truck drivers and everything else. As a summer of violent Black Lives Matter Antifa riots, which the mainstream media calls civil unrest, fueled by the alleged police killing of that black male George Floyd in Minneapolis, the druggie who was overdosing on fentanyl, and oppressive communist shutdowns in the name of the overhyped Chinese/commie virus pandemic, that those highlighted so-called racial disparities. So Democrats jumped on the case here in unjust lawmakers here in California, said it was time to allow a new generation of Californians to revisit the question of preferential treatment for blacks and Hispanics and anti-white, anti-male, anti-Christian discrimination, which is already a reality of life in California. De facto affirmative action already out of control in the state, country, and world. Drudge on the election winners and losers. Drudge reports in The Sun that Kathy Griffin tweeted that same disgusting bloody picture, fake blood, of a fake decapitated Trump head, Donald Trump head, posted the ugly ISIS-looking picture on Twitter again, even after she cried and apologized and pretended to apologize. She never apologized. After President Trump sued Michigan, demanded a Wisconsin recount, and claimed that he won in Pennsylvania, despite what the fake news say. The disgusting and violent image is still there 2 days later. Twitter doesn't care. Muslim non-binary and other weirdos. Drudge reports a Muslim millennial was elected the country's first out non-binary so-called lawmaker in Oklahoma, according to the Washington Compost, which is cheerleading for this stuff via MSN. Maury Taylor, 27-year-old criminal justice agitator, queer, black, female Muslim, I think female, who wears a hijab and identifies as non-binary, won in Oklahoma's solidly blue, meaning communist, 88th State House District, the first so-called practicing Muslim, I don't know how you could be practicing in non-binary, to the Oklahoma State Legislature, which in 2019 blocked an imam from conducting the chamber's daily prayer. Good for them. 2 homosexual black males in New York, 1 to Congress. It's crazy. I'm James Hake.